Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sportsbook Review. Today, we are covering the Champions League playoffs, the second leg ties, whereby six teams will reach the promised land, earning fame and fortune, while the other six will be left bitterly disappointed, crashing out into oblivion. Our fearless leader, Natalie, is currently airborne. She's flying back from Las Vegas, where she's been at the IFBC, partying with Mike Tyson and Tigers and whatnot, generally living it large and misbehaving. So today it's just Alex and myself running through our take on the various games. How are you today, Alex? Looking forward to the Champions League draw?
Absolutely, absolutely. I had a long weekend because it was the first birthday of my daughter, and I had all the family invited at my house. We've been partying, barbecue, drinking, and everything. It was a long weekend, but here we are, another week at the office. We are previewing Champions League today, Europa League tomorrow. Don't miss also the tennis best bets round three, where in which Martin and I will come back, but also Natalie will come back till tomorrow. So yeah, it will be another exciting week at SBR, as always, delivering the free tips, delivering great content for you guys. So don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, like our videos, and we are here every week.
Indeed, yeah, please do read our articles as well. We're always giving out free tips and our analysis and breakdowns of all the games that are taking place. So head on over to Sportsbook Review Picks and check it out. Let's start then with AEK Athens versus vsMOL Vidi from Hungary. Greek champions picked up a 2-1 victory last week. That game saw two red cards and plenty of drama. Have you got any opinion on that, Alex? Are you going to have a bet on that second leg?
Yeah, I think that Ajax should win also this second leg. They are playing at home, not a huge value on them. They are priced at 1.55, the best odds on the market right now. But in a great atmosphere in Athens, we know how the Greek fans are. I think that they are the best in Europe, one of the best in Europe, like Turkish, like Serbia. They are at the same level, let's say. Molvidi, decent side, but I think that it's over for them. AEK Athens, I don't think that they will try to defend that 2-1 away win, and I think that they should probably win this one. Not a huge stake on this one, as it doesn't have huge value, but I'm backing AEK Athens to win at 1.55.
Interesting. Yeah, it's always difficult to approach these second leg ties when a team is winning. It's interesting to see that the majority of the bets are actually going on the draw, which would see AEK Athens through to the group stage. I also fancy them to get a win, though. I think it's a risky strategy to try to play for a draw when the stakes are so high because you sit back and invite pressure and it can end up costing you dearly. So I was looking at minus 0.75 on the Asian handicap for AEK Athens there, which you can get at about 1.75. I like the look of that one. Next one is an intriguingly poised tie between Dynamo Zagreb and Young Boys of Switzerland. The Croatian champions picked up a credible draw out there last week. Now they're looking to complete the job at home. They've got a very strong home record in Champions League playoffs, whereas Young Boys haven't ever made the group stage of this competition before. So interested to hear your take on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I was expecting a home win in the first leg, but from the start of the qualifying campaign in Champions League, I said that Dinamo Zagreb will be the surprise of this qualifying campaign, and they will qualify in the group stage. For them right now, 1.8 to qualify. I think it's a great odd for Dinamo Zagreb to qualify, as they already scored in the first leg away in Switzerland. But I'm also expecting a high-scoring affair, as both sides are scoring goals for fun. I don't understand why the first game didn't went over 2.5. They had plenty of opportunities, both sides, to find the back of the net. I think it was 1-1 at halftime, and it remained like that. I think that we can see the over 2.5 right now at 1.8. So both takes I have on this one, over 2.5 at 1.8, and Dinamo Zagreb to qualify again at 1.8.
Great. Yeah, I think Dynamo Zagreb are going to take this one. They've just got a very strong home record. They're in good form. Played well last week, and they just need to see the job through. Now, I like the odds on just a straight Dynamo win. You can get 2.45 on that, which looks appealing. But it's been so long since they tasted defeat that you might fancy draw no bet. You can get 1.78 on Dynamo Zagreb draw no bet, and their home stadium's a bit of a fortress. So I like the look of that one too. Next up, the runners-up in the Greek league, PAOK Saloniki, they take on Benfica, and I was very surprised to see that Benfica couldn't beat them in Lisbon last weekend. I think you probably were as well, Alex. What are you expecting from this second leg?
I was expecting PAOK to score in the first leg. I went both teams to score in the first leg, and it was a winning bet. But I didn't expect Benfica to be held to a draw, a 1-1 draw on home soil. I'm still expecting them to qualify further, and you can take that at 1.75 right now. You can play also. I've written an article on Odds Market. We have some new article lineup every week with the parlay bets, 3-team parlay and 5-team parlay. I'm taking draw double chance on Benfica. You can include that in a parlay bet. I don't expect a lot of goals because PAOK will probably be defending this away goal in Portugal. Unfortunately for Benfica, they will be without Jonas and Castillo, two good strikers in the second leg, and that will be a huge problem for them. But I think that they will win this one. I don't know. I have a feeling, but let's say that we will cover ourselves with the draw no bet options, and we can get Benfica at 1.7. Benfica to qualify at 1.75.
Yeah, I like that one too. I'm just looking here, and at Sky Bet, they've gone out to 1.8 on Benfica to qualify. Like the look of that a lot. I think they're, despite the fact that they couldn't pick up that win last week, I think they're the technically better team, and they still have enough attacking firepower to gun down PAOK. But it's going to be a really tight game because they've got passionate fans and they really play with a lot of heart. So I might limit my stake on that one a little bit, to be honest, because you could see an upset there.
I think that only one occasion, one opportunity they had PAOK in the first match, and they scored. So yeah, they are dangerous. They have a rock solid defense. I know very good their coach because he's Romanian and he is the child of Mircea Lucescu. If you heard of him, the Shakhtar Donetsk, the national team of Turkey right now. He had great results with Rapid in the Romanian league. And if you remember, they played the quarter final in Europa League a few years ago with against Steaua. He has really good results at this level, and I think that with their passion and they are a very tough opponent to beat.
Definitely. Although, like you said, I think Benfica had 64% of the possession last time, and they had a lot of shots on goal. They were just wasteful in front of goal. So if they play like that again, sharpen up their finishing, they should take that one. Penultimate game, there's nothing particularly I like the look of here because PSV picked up a 3-2 win in Belarus last weekend. It was a ferocious battle, but they did just enough to get the result. And there's not really any value there for me on this second leg tie because they really should win it. Have you got anything for that one?
In the morning when I wrote the article for Champions League best bets over to Odds Market, I had the over 2.5 goals at 1.75. Now the best odds that you can find on the market are at 1.67. Still, I think that there is plenty of value there. I think that we should see an open affair, high-scoring match with the PSV scoring goals for fun. They won against Emon in the last round 5-0. And I think that they should beat BATE also in the second leg. But BATE, a difficult side, I think that they will also score in the second leg against PSV. So I will stick with my over 2.5 at 1.7, 1.75 in the morning, 1.67 right now.
Yeah, that's an interesting approach. It was a very open game, wasn't it? End-to-end stuff, lots of chances in the first leg. So hopefully we'll be in for another interesting spectacle this time around. Final game, Salzburg, part of the fabled Red Bull Empire. Well, this tie is very delicately poised. It was a bit of a dreary nil-nil draw in the first leg, but Salzburg have a pretty good European record, and they're at home to Red Star Belgrade in this second leg. So I think they can probably get the job done there. What are your thoughts on this?
Uh, I think that Salzburg, if I take a look at their stats, are on a huge winning streak in all competitions. I think that the last time they've lost at home, it was on January in a friendly match against the Young Boys Berna.
Wow.
From that on, in all the competitions, they won, and only one draw against Dortmund in Europa League last season. So I think that we should see an easy win. Yes, they are missing many important players, but I think that they should get the job done here and win this game. 1.45 for a straight win, but I will combine it with the over 1.5 goals in the match for better value at 1.7.
Good. Great. Yeah, I think you can get about 1.45 or 1.5 at Marathon Bet, although your stakes might be a bit limited there. I was looking at Salzburg to win and the under 3.5 goals at 1.95. Can't see this one being a particularly high scoring game considering the way the first leg played out. Pretty dull, pretty tense, pretty tight. And you would imagine that you would get a similar sort of game this time around. So that could be another way to get a bit more value. Salzburg and the under 3.5 goals. But yeah, lots of different options
You,
there. I think games like that, where the scores are delicately poised, you're going to get a bit more value and have a bit more of a chance than games where, it looks all but done and dusted.
you missed one game on Tuesday, Dynamo Kyiv versus Ajax.
Ah, so I did. Apologies. Well, let's get into that one. The Dutch side have one foot in the group stage after a 3-1 win at home to Dynamo Kiev last week. They now travel to Ukraine to complete the job. They're in great form. 5-0 against Emmen at the weekend, while Dynamo Kiev could only draw 1-1 in Odessa. So, what are you thinking about this one, Alex?
I think that Ajax has a very, very good team this season, and I think that they will have a deep run. If not in Champions League, I think that they have the power to qualify in Europa League from the first place of the group stage. They won in Kiev, of course, with Huntelaar being in perfect shape, with Tadic being at his best form right now with Ajax, and I think that they impressed me big time in the first leg. Dynamo Kiev, not a bad side, not a bad side at all. They scored in the Netherlands, and I think that it will be tough to beat them at home in Ukraine. So I will have the same approach, over 2.5 goals in the match at evens right now with Bet365.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I think my point that I made before about it being a risky move to sit back and protect the lead when you're in the second leg of a crucial tie like this stands in the Ajax game as well. I mean, they've got a good cushion there, but I think it would make sense to go out and try to secure a victory in Ukraine. I agree that Dusan Tadic is playing really well, and Ajax look very good this season. So I actually got 1.7, 2.7, sorry, earlier this week. The price on Ajax seems to have dropped now. You can get about 2.5, but that still looks tempting. Or if you're being a bit more cautious, you can get 1.83 on Ajax draw no bet. That looks good too. So do you have a favourite out of
Also,
these?
I think
Oh,
that
go on. Sorry.
Ajax is. I think that Ajax is not the team to defend. I think that their attacking-minded display will probably go press high, try to score quick in the game, because if they score early in the game, I think that they have the first chance to win, because they are deadly on the break. Dynamo Kiev should be forced to go all guns blazing and to force to overcome the deficit from the first leg. I think that Ajax look deadly on the break right now. So I really love your Ajax take on this one.
Ah, thank you very much, Alex. Well, I think that does look like a good bet. Do you have a particular favourite here? Have you got a banker and perhaps a double that you would go with?
I will go with Benfica to qualify further at 1.75. This is my banker. And I will go with a double Dinamo Kyiv Ajax over 2.5 goals. And also PSV versus BATE Borisov over 2.5 goals in a double.
Okay, interesting. I really like the Dynamo Zagreb, but I do like the win, but perhaps Dynamo Zagreb draw no bet. You can get a good price on that. Might go for that for a banker. And yeah, I have to say, I also like Salzburg to win and put that straight in a double, or for a bit more value, Salzburg and the under 3.5 goals, or under 4.5 goals if you're being a bit more cautious. That wraps it up. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure to have you here with us today. Hope you haven't missed too much of the Man United Tottenham game. Thank you very much for watching. Please keep tuning in. As Alex said, we've got lots of football videos, lots of tennis videos coming up throughout the week. Busy time in the sporting calendar, and you'll find lots of content and free picks from your good friends here at Sportsbook Review. So thank you very much. Goodbye.
Team Bankroll. Team Bankroll.
In Bankroll.